Hi, this is Matt Fay, Creative Director at J.Schmid Associates, and I'm coming at you today from the creative chaos that is my office. And I have a story to tell you. That story is of a man named Tom McElligott. He's a pioneer in advertising, copywriting. And there's a story about him, a legend really. And that legend is that he would throw up before all his major pitches and presentations. And it seems like that legend is true, that he would actually throw up. And I'm sure we can all relate to that. No one likes to do presentations, they're nerve-wracking. But the thing about Tom McElligott is that they said he did it not because he was nervous about presenting or afraid, is that he was afraid that they wouldn't go for the big idea. He was afraid that they wouldn't have the courage to take these creative things he was bringing them. And that's something that I think about a lot, and something that we can really apply to what we do in the catalog and direct marketing world. Do we have the courage to take a big idea and put it into practice? When it comes to your catalog, the first place that applies is your catalog cover. So as you can see, I have some stacks of catalogs on my desk. Perhaps a little strategically placed, but honestly, it's pretty messy like this all the time. I like to dig in these things. And when you're thinking about your catalog cover, you don't need to think about it in terms of what was the cover we just did. What were the covers we've done all year? Actually, I take that back. You do need to think about it in those terms, but those aren't the only terms. And you don't need to just think about it in terms of what your competition is doing. How does my catalog look next to the people who are selling the same thing I am? You want to think about that too, but the big thing you have to think about is context. And the context is how people get your catalogs. They get them like this. They get a big pile of junk in their mail. And there's good junk in there because we want them to buy our junk. So how does your cover stand out? Are you willing to make it stand out? You can do it with, ooh, look, bright color, wrap, nice. You can do it with a little creative text and imagery. You can do it with a really striking visual. You can do it with a nice grid. You can do it with no pictures at all. Crazy, I know, scary. Oh, Tom's did it. Look at that, no picture. You can do it with no text at all. That's fun too. You can do it with a really striking composition, a lot of active white space. So there's not one wrong way, right way to do a bold cover. But what stands out? What's going to be different? What's going to make you stand out in this sea of mess that people get, these stacks and stacks of pages? You want to stand out. And the good thing is, most of your competitors, most of the other people in the industry, they're not going to take those bold steps to stand out. So you're going to get a lot of traditional covers. So if you can be selective, be creative, you've got a chance to get noticed. And that's the big thing. So when I pitch ideas like this, I, like Tom McElligott, one of my advertising heroes, I get nervous. Have I thrown up? That's maybe too much information. But sure, I've been nervous. But like him, it's about wanting that idea to be taken. It's about wanting to present something big and bold that'll get noticed. And when you've got all of this competition in the mailbox, you really want to get noticed. Actually, more so you want to get noticed. You really want your catalog to make a splash.